Hello again people, and welcome to another pickups video from the Retro Sluts. It's an unexpected one because there's been nothing lately worthwhile picking up in my local area. Today I was quite surprised. I went down to what I nicknamed the Tatty Market. It's basically a flea market. It's filled with garbage, but you can occasionally get some very good things. For instance, I picked up an Atari 2600 with quite a few games, boxed. It's not the heavy sixer, but it is the 6-button one, which I think was the second one, or the first revision, but made in Sunnyvale. I'm not quite sure on that. And I picked that up for £5. That was well, that must be about 6 months ago now. So you do come by the occasional bargain. Today I wasn't expecting much. It's been raining quite heavily and it's been rather cold, so I didn't expect many stalls out, and I was correct in that there was maybe 10. The first stall I actually hit. I came across something I have been wanting for a while. Now, I bought a Mark II Master System from a stall on the same market about 5 months ago, and I think I only paid a couple of pounds for that. But the Mark II system I was never that keen on. I didn't like the round shape. I preferred the original Mark I power base, the big angular thing. Looks like it should be powering something on the Death Star. And the first stall I went on, there was one there with it had a carriage in, and it also had one of the small cards in. I'm not actually sure what they call them. They're sort of the same shape as a PCMCIA card, but they're thinner. And it had one of them in. Anyway, this is the actual unit. I don't know whether you'll be able to see because it looks rather dark on the screen. It's pretty immaculate, especially considering the fact it was on a stall which was out in the rain. I didn't hold out much hope for it. The power button was sticking. When I got it back, it turns out that was just down to the effects of the rain. Now it's fine. I let everything get to room temperature because I don't want any more of that blue smoke of death coming out of any electrical equipment I buy. Plugged it in and it worked, which was an absolute bonus. Now, the guy originally wanted £3 for it, but there was no pads and no leads. I got him down to £1.50, which I think is in dollars, I think it's roughly about 75 cents. So I was quite happy with that. Now, the carriage and the card, I received Golf Mania, which I've given a little play to, and it's not bad. It's perfectly workable. I do have, from my Mark II, I do have the pads and the power supply, so that was never a problem. I didn't say that to the guys I was buying these items off, because I wanted to get them down in price. The other thing I got, the card, was Hang On. Now, I can remember from when I first ever bought a Master System, it had Safari Hunt and Hang On built in. This one didn't. It came with 3D missile defense. I can't remember what it is because I couldn't bear to look at the screen for more than 2 seconds because of the flickering of the 3D effect, which I assume needs the 3D glasses, which I don't have. I may try and hunt them down, but apparently they are going for quite some money at the moment. I also picked up Outrun Europa, which I made the big mistake of thinking was Outrun Turbo. This I had never played before, and it's kind of like Chase HQ, except you're on a motorbike. At the start of it, you're told you've got to apprehend a criminal, and the police want to twat you. So the police are coming up in cars and trying to ram you off the road all the time. It's awful. Really, really awful. I've had a big outrun thing going lately. I've been playing them on my GP32 on various emulators, and that has just spoiled it off. It's given me a hard off for outrun. It's like no. From the same market, I also picked up, now this, when I saw it, I went moist in my underpants. It's a boxed Master System Mark 1. The box is perfect, the polys inside are perfect, the base unit itself, the power unit, power converter or whatever, power base, that's it, is perfect. It's unmarked, there is not a scratch on it. In fact, it's still got the plastic seal over the little red bit. Again, unfortunately, there was no power supply and no pads for it. Didn't concern me. I asked the lady on the stall how much you wanted, and she said £7, which I think roughly, I think the conversion rate is roughly a half. So you're looking at maybe, for £7 you would be looking at like $3 or something. And I said no, because of the no power supply and the no pads. She said, well, I'm sure they're about somewhere. And we'd already looked all over the full stall and there was nothing there. In the end, I got it for £3.50, which is maybe $1.70 odd, or roughly roundabout there. Brought that one back. Again, it works perfectly. The whole idea of getting that, it was for the box and polys. It was worth it for the box and polys, because they're getting harder and harder to come by in this country. So I'm happy with them purchases. The last thing I picked up, and this was on a recommendation of Bobby, who actually creates the Retro Sluts music, was Loaded for the Sega Saturn. I've never played it and I've not tried it yet, due to my Saturn's over there and it's under like 3 million other different pieces of hardware. It looks very interesting. It sort of looks like a cross between Smash TV and Gauntlet, but with lots of blood and music from Pop Will Eat itself. Therefore, that's a winner. That one I paid £2 for. And I also got thrown in a couple of posters, Prototype, Mario and something at the Olympics, or Mario Kart or some bollocks like that. And some gay-ass wrestling game. But the posters for the games room. So hey hey. That's it for the pickups. Hopefully there should be a gameplay video quite soon. I've been testing my video capture method and it seems to work perfectly. It just takes a little bit of arsing about to get the sound in stereo.